Why are you gay? Why are you gay? So fucking funny. Okay. Let's turn it up. We're gonna watch the full Why Are You Gay interview. Hey, Mindwaves, get in here. I want to talk to you.
Hello and welcome back. This is the topical discussion on the Morning Breeze on NBS Television. My name is Simon Kagwanjala, and well, we're also weighing in on the raging debate on homosexuality in Uganda, which is taking another twist today, with questions as to whether Uganda is indeed becoming a safe haven for homosexuals. President Museveni on Sunday, while attending the inauguration of the new Archbishop of the Church of Uganda at Namirembe Cathedral, insisted that
Let's have a raging debate about homosexuality, but I like how he's a safe haven for homosexuals. It wasn't just like, it's not like, oh, are you accepting homosexuals? It's like a safe haven, like we allow them here. Like, oh gosh. Oof, a little off from the conversation we would like to be having.
well, he had no problem with homosexuals as long as they did not promote the practice. Well, the
what does that even mean?
With stories of
you can't spread it. What do you mean?
Molesting kids and, you know, having carnal knowledge with underage children deemed to be underage.
Well, pedophilia is bad across all sexualities. I don't. If an archbishop was to have sex with a little girl, it would still be bad.
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Me. Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. You are a transgender.
What shows that I'm gay?
You are a transgender, yes, and you're a gay rights activist and an outspoken lesbian, homosexual. How can I describe you?
I like how she smiles because there's just so much. So she's transgender, which is different than being gay. You could be gay and transgender, but being transgender doesn't make you gay. You just fall under the label of LGBT. Just a lot of basic. Did this guy just like, oh, there's a gay here? Let me at him. That's what it feels like. He was just like, so we have a LGBT actor. Oh, the gays? Let me at that one. I got a lot of hot burning question for the homos. That's what it feels like.
I'm Pepe Julian Onzima. I'm an LGBTI.
What's that?
Activist. I'm a human rights defender. I'll get to what it is. I'm a human rights defender. Currently focusing on LGBTI.
I don't know their pronouns yet because the person was like, you're transgender, and then asked if they were a lesbian. So they haven't even gotten to say their pronouns yet.
Issues. LGBTI means L is for lesbian, which is described as women who are attracted to each other, females who are attracted to each other, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And then gay is two males who are emotionally, physically, sexually attracted to each other. Bisexuals are usually attracted to persons of their own sex.
What year is this? That's actually a really good question. It doesn't say. Huh.
As the opposite sex. This one usually it's not simultaneously. It's one.
Mr. Okay, so
one also
they go by he. Okay.
Tends to, at a certain period of time, overweighs the other. Then transgender is basically an umbrella term to describe people who do not conform to the sex that they are assigned at birth. Mm-hmm. An umbrella term in the sense that there are people who are called transsexuals, they are transvestites, they are cross-dressers, and they fall under this umbrella.
Yeah, I'm going to turn up the vid a little bit. Give me a moment.
Dress up to express themselves as the sex that they were not assigned at birth. Then there are those.
They have the. Oh, I guess. Sorry. The interviewer not asking for his pronouns at the beginning is messing me up, but the thing that gets me about this is he has the hardest job in the world. He has the most difficult job in the world. Explaining to somebody who just asked the most arrogant questions on the planet, why are you gay? Why are you gay? Why are you straight? And now he has the job of trying to explain all these extremely complicated, in-depth concepts to him, and then I believe later an anti-gay rights activist, an anti-LGBT activist who comes on later to debate.
Actually go and have reassignment of that particular sex that they were assigned at birth. Intersex is people who are born with two sexual organs, and it can be expressed either externally, as in you can visibly see it, or internally, as in the organs can be, one of them can be displayed internally. But I'm not a medical expert, so I can't give you more than that for that. But
and where do you lie?
The common thing, the word they use to describe intersex people is hermaphrodite. But in my line of work, that is derogative. Where do I lie? I'm a transgender person.
Transgender. You were initially male or female?
The sex that was assigned to me at birth was female.
And you opted to become male?
Opted.
Not exactly opted. It's something that...
Ah, man, I was just not... I'm just feeling like a dude today. I'm a man now. that explains it complicated. So is it like a flip flop? You go back and forth, and then he has the problem of, no, that's not what that is. Or then he could instead maybe be like, well, actually, let's get into the gender fluid discussion. But that's way too complicated. Holy shit! Oh my god, this is gonna be a roller coaster.
I have been since I was young, but yeah, in terms of expression, it's who I am now.
How did you discover that you were actually meant to be male?
Well, growing up, you know, a child is born, and when you're growing up, you're within a society that
Skyhawks, your mom came in when my stream was full ears, and she saw the cat ears.
Basically fitting more
really
in a certain box.
Well,
I said I was born female.
Did she like it?
But my expression at that time and my internal sense of myself was male.
So have you realigned yourself into being a male, or you still share both sexes?
I am within transition.
You're within transition?
Yes.
Now, we're looking at the raging debate. You're a gay rights activist.
The raging
Why
debate.
should someone be gay?
Why should some? It's like a public statement. Like, so what website can I go to sign up for the gay? What documents do I fill out for gay? What does it come with? Section 440, you said? Okay, section 48. The gay list. www.gay.com. If you sign up, you'll be able to get your homosexual instruction guide on how to be attracted to men. Yes. Oh my god. It's like asking someone like who was born with blue eyes, like, so why should someone have blue eyes? What? You mean why should somebody be born? It's something that comes with it. It's just a trait of it's just a trait of who you are.
Just for the record, I am not a gay rights activist. I believe there's nothing like gay rights. There is human rights. There is human rights. And there are humans who are gay and those who are not gay. So I'm a human rights activist who is advocating for equality.
You got your gay delivered with Amazon Prime? Oh, you're lucky.
Have different sexual orientation or gender.
20% off coupon
So
for your
as
gay?
we stand
Wow.
today, are you dating any female?
Yes, I am.
You have a girlfriend.
Yes, I do.
While in transition, you're having a girlfriend.
Yes.
Do you perform the natural obligations?
I'm not sexually active right now.
So what are you
By
doing with
choice.
this lady?
By choice.
By choice.
Yeah. I've just not, I've chosen not to.
And the thing that really gets me is, while of course I enjoy sex just like everybody else, why is it always that's what people like focus on when it comes to like homosexuality, right? Why is it always that? Why is it never like, what about the emotional relationships? How do you support one another? What's making a home like with the other? It's always like, so describe in detail what it's like to suck another man's genitalia, sir. Why is it always that? I think the idea is just like, yeah, trying to paint homosexuals as sexual deviants and trying to get the disgust factor, because if you're a guy who's not attracted to men, the idea of sucking a penis is not fun for you. Therefore, if you talk about it endlessly, maybe you'll be like, well, that's not fun for me, so nobody should do it. I guess that's the idea.
To engage.
Doesn't that make you gay?
What do you mean, doesn't that make me gay? I am male and attracted to a female.
So who is gay?
I
So
described a gay person.
who is
earlier.
gay?
Someone attracted to
This-
Who is gay? Point them out. Point out the gay. Because I was told there would be gay, and apparently this ain't gay. You gotta point out the gay. Identify the gay. Is the gay there? The gay there? You're not the gay, apparently. I thought you were the gay. I think there's gay in there, and you're not telling me about it. Are you harboring gay? Are you harboring gay without my knowledge?
Same sex.
to the same sex.
Yeah. Mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually.
So as a human rights activist, what do you think of gays? Are they normal? Is it normal to be gay?
Absolutely. I mean, most people. We had a chat a little.
What's gonna happen, and I'm gonna predict this right now, is they're gonna bring in somebody to debate this person, to debate this guy, and what's gonna happen is this other person's gonna come in here, and this person, this guy right here, is explaining their positions very slowly, very patiently, trying to get it across, and this guy's gonna come on, this other person's gonna come on and gonna be like, boom, boom, pow, boom, boom, pow. He's gonna yell at the top of his lung. He's gonna be very passionate. He's gonna be really energetic, saying it really fast, trying to get his points across. And maybe if he puts more energy, more conviction into their words, then people will believe them and be like, the gay bad. That's what I'm thinking. He's gonna come out with like the eat the poop. They're gonna be like, they're gonna come out with that. Yeah, you're right. It is really a fucked up pastor that comes on. Yeah, I assume so.
And gay people are born that way. They are born gay. Yeah? Because you tend to realize yourself as, or find out these changes in you when you're a child. But because of the structures of the society as it is now about male and female, all those boxes that are placed there, if as a male, I'm attracted to another male. When we're growing up, the structure is, okay, Simon has a son. Simon will marry, the sort of betroth you as kids, you know? They will be like, Simon's son will marry Pepe's daughter.
You know, this guy's just going over the basics here, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. When does the oh, the other person comes in really soon. Okay, let's just finish this off then. I'll use the bathroom and I'll let this guy finish it up.
Yeah, but then Pepe's daughter or Simon's son realizes that as he's growing up, actually this thing is not working. You know, he's not attracted to my daughter, but he's attracted to my son. But because society dictates that it should be my daughter with your son, then people tend to hide who they are. And then people think that it's a choice. But the whole feeling, the physical, the emotional begins at a very early stage. And when people get to an age of puberty where in most cases people get sexually active, most gay people do not express with the same sex due to fear, due to because they do not want to be seen as not being part of the society. But gay people are actually born with this orientation.
Is this a disorder?
Absolutely
or something
not.
natural?
It's not. We have records from the World Health Organization. You know, a team of experts who also thought it was a mental disorder. And later on, it was scraped off the list of disorders. And I'm not just using that as an SI unit or a yardstick.
Do I love black people?
To say
well,
that.
I've been dating one for 3 years, so I assume so.
It's not a disorder, but it also backs up the fact that it's not a disorder. I have lived for a certain period of time. I lived as a gay person because it was the easiest way for me to come out to my family to say I'm a lesbian and not a transgender. You see.
And how did it feel?
What?
Being gay then?
It's normal. I mean, it's.
How did it feel? Did you have some more pep in your step? Did you get a little jiggy with it? What's
strange about it? What is strange about it is the way people react when you tell them you're not like them.
What do you think of the stereotype that this gay culture has received in Uganda?
It's very disheartening. We are humans, we are Ugandans, we've been born here, we've been raised here, we've gone to school here. Some of us have been forced to get married here. So this is a country for all of us. But the stereotype is really hurtful because as a transgender person, I've described to you that I'm attracted to female. That if it came down to my sexual orientation, I'm heterosexual. But
I like how this caption here, the thing of debate, is gay people should not be killed or persecuted. And so this is the debate, because the person just said, as long as they don't spread it, it's whatever. So this is the debate now.
When people
like, what do we think about him saying not to kill the gays? Let's bring on the other side here.
The thing is that I'm gay, and they will attack me as a gay person.
Do you feel you deserve sympathy when whatever you're doing is very unnatural, biblically and socially, naturally? It's unnatural.
I think it's the fear of.
By the way, it's in every single animal kingdom on the planet. If we were the one species on the planet that didn't have homosexuality within it, we would be the unnatural ones.
Unknown. People who do not understand homosexual people think all these things about homosexuality. And people normally go straight away to thinking about sex. And that is where the danger is. And because of a lot of ignorance as well, it's a bit difficult. I wouldn't say we deserve or want sympathy, but I believe that as Africans, as Ugandans, we are a tolerant country. We are our nature is actually.
How many people are you
Ugandans.
speaking for?
I'm talking about Ugandans. I'm speaking as a Ugandan.
I like. So I think we're tolerant. You better not be speaking to me and saying I'm tolerant. You better not call me tolerant. You're speaking for me as a tolerant person. I'm so full of hate, it's bursted at the seams.
I'm speaking as a Ugandan.
And how many Ugandans are into this practice?
What do you mean practice?
Okay, this culture.
Let me rephrase it and answer it this way. How many homosexual people are there in this country? There are no statistics. There have been guesses for about 3% to 5% of the Ugandan population But obviously with space, us being pushed away from, from space, to be able to raise awareness, it's very difficult for us to carry out a survey to find out how many we actually are in this country.
So are you craving for attention or recognition?
Craving is not the word I would use. I would say that we are working.
These questions are so bad. It's comically bad.
The equality of all persons, and no person should be discriminated or stigmatized because they are of a different sexual orientation or gender identity. So it is about equality, which is guaranteed by the Ugandan Constitution.
Don't you think gays, homosexuals, lesbians, transgenders should instead be reoriented other than receiving all this kind of recognition? Because society seems to deem them as unnatural, as people who are maybe lost.
Simon, you're seated with me right now.
Yes.
How unnatural is that?
Well, it's natural, but I'm just baffled.
Well, we are not craving for attention. And if you look at the attention that, that we are getting, it's totally negative. You know, it's of how unnatural we are, how un-African, how un-Ugandan we are, all those things. And, you know, it also baffles me if we, with all this negative press, all the negativity, why would I choose to be who I am?
Before we go for a break, President Museveni said that you can go ahead with whatever you're doing with your homosexuality for as long as you don't come out in the open. Do you really feel he came out in support of what you're doing?
No, I don't think he came in support. Because for me, I feel partly it's like giving and taking at the same time. Before you touch whatever you're being given, it's taken away. He says no killing, no persecution, as in homosexuals won't be killed or persecuted. But he adds Uganda is intolerant to promotion of homosexuality.
Right.
And if we go to what the anti-homosexuality bill states right now about promotion of homosexuality, if he says no promotion of homosexuality, he's basically saying the persecution will still be there. Why do I say this? Because it means you can't speak about it. We cannot have this kind of debate because it will be deemed promotion of homosexuality. If I went and sought services somewhere and a person knows that I am a homosexual, they would be promoting because they are basically enhancing my existence.
Okay, we get the point. We've been watching it for 60 minutes. I'm waiting for the next person to come in. I want to see what the opponent says.
Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, homosexually inappropriate online.
Yes, good morning, everyone.
Good to have you online. How are you today?
I am doing well. First, I'm really extremely distressed that we are not having the anti-sodomy bill passed in Parliament. We have been promised that it will be passed by Christmas. Second, we are under tremendous attacks. People who are funding these groups, such as this daughter of ours, Pepe, and so much money is being powered
Pastor,
into the country.
Pepe is a man.
Unfortunately, Pepe is a young woman who is suffering from gender identity disorder. She is a girl who has been misled and confused to think she's a man. And so you can see the way she's dressing, the way she's coming across, is trying to be a man. But you know, Pepe, for me as a psychologist,
Isn't that
I know that there are people, choice? We have so...
Oh, this guy, oh, look at him. Look at those eyes. He's getting aggressive. Like, how dare you? I've just connected with this person in the last 20 minutes. I don't want to... They explained some hard concepts to me. How dare you do that? He's about to get out there and clothesline this guy. Oh, God, he's angry at the pastor. Oh, boy. This interviewer is so confusing. He's made a heel turn, exactly.
So many young girls who suffer from this. It is a disorder, and
He's like, well, don't you suffer from stupid, Pastor? It's just like he's just gonna bully him.
some of these people, they press their breasts, or they go and get their breasts cut off. They cut their hair. Then you end up with a pretty-looking young lady who is acting like a man. So what they need, these are people who are suffering from mental disorder. They need psychological, psychiatrical, and spiritual help. And the department, Butabika, for people like this one, so that they can be helped to come out of their madness.
Pastor,
Yes.
why don't you sympathize with such people who do not opt, but who are naturally, according to Onzima, he feels it's a natural calling for them to be men, or for him to be what he is now?
There is nothing natural about using boya and biringanya in your private parts. There is nothing natural about putting a man's genital inside another man's excretory system. There is nothing natural.
All it took was 20 minutes and he's based. All it took was 20 minutes. Who would have thought the why are you gay person would get so based in such a short... The why are you gay person is actually based? When did this happen? He's using the correct pronouns. He's making decent defenses. He's saying it's natural. He's saying you're insulting my guest. Whoa. This is a pleasant surprise.
About Onzima be denying us a chance to have children and grandchildren. There is nothing natural at all about sodomy. It is a genocide. And when you add sodomy to H...
Did he just say sodomy is a genocide? Number one, no, it doesn't prevent you from having grandchildren. Just have another kid who isn't gay. And who cares? You don't control your children. If your children don't decide to have children, that's not any of your business. And there's other methods that could actually end up with them having children. And there's plenty of people to adopt. It doesn't stop you from not having kids. You want kids, you can have them. Number two, it's not a genocide. No UN charter thinks that having homosexual sex is genocide. If I go sleep with a man tomorrow, that's not me committing genocide, okay? Look, I know there's a lot of people who like to use the word genocide incorrectly, but this is the most loose usage I've ever seen, personally. This is like with the white genocide, folks.
HIV, you come up with a black genocide of Africans. There is nothing natural. This is a boy, this is a girl trying to act like a boy. But you know...
Oh, he slipped up there. Did you hear that?
HIV, you come up with a black genocide of Africans. There is nothing natural. This is a boy...
Oh, this is a boy. You're messing it up. He said boy. He said boy. You slipped. You're slipping. You're slipping.
This is a girl trying to act like a boy. But you know, a trouser does not make you a man.
Pastor!
And you know, using cucumbers, we have many of our girls in schools.
Pastor!
Urinary systems, they can no longer have reproduce. Because they have torn their rectums, they have torn. If you take this girl on Zima, when you take her, she may be suffering from the same issues. I've been in Mulago all this time. I have young boys who are wearing diapers. But you know, because they wear these nice clothes, you don't know what is going on.
Pastor,
but
now
these
let's hear
people
from
are
Onzima.
sick.
Pastor, excuse me,
These
Pastor.
people are sick. They need,
Pastor,
not only do they need our sympathy,
Pastor, can
they
I
need
ask you
us
to
to
stay
guide them.
online? Can I ask you to stay online? Then we hear from Onzima. Onzima, could you react to Pastor Sempa?
No,
He
I will
sounds
not.
very abrasive.
I will not. I choose not to react and give Sempa audience. I am not going to react to what he's saying.
Please, you see, she's afraid of the truth.
Do you feel offended?
The truth is, this is a young woman who is confused to think that she's
Pastor,
a boy.
why don't you sound sympathetic to a man who seems to be going through a transition of sorts?
What is their name in Uganda? Like this one, she says she's intersex. What is that in Uganda? Mukazi Musajja, because for me as a pastor, I also know that people are oppressed by demons. A demon comes and sits on them.
Oh no. Look. Do we really think that demons, instead of like causing like natural disasters or causing like cancer or diseases or evil or genocide or war. Instead of doing all of that, one demon was like, I'm gonna make this guy kiss the other guy. Oh yeah, that's gonna cause the civilization to collapse. Instead of doing the genocide or the war or the famine, they're like, I'm gonna make the dude make the other dude and be like, blah, 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 blah. Demon. is that what we think demons are doing these days?
Kati ono waliwo omuzimu ogujja ne gumutuulako ne gumugamba nti oli muki oli musajja. We have these issues, and if I can get a chance to put on Zima, I will.
Oh, sorry, we lost you along the way. On Zima.
There's no way. He just cut him. There's no way. He cut him. He just was like, oh, nope, you're gone. Anyway, back to you. He just cut him. Oh, that was great. That's wonderful.
I realize you're offended by the pastor's statement, and it's not the first time that he's making such reactions to your cause. Do you really feel your cause is necessary in the world?
It's absolutely necessary, and there are allegations that the pastor is making. That's why I was saying I do not want to go into that, because he's already misled so many people, and I'm a bit disappointed that he came onto this show. But also for the sake of debate, maybe it gives me an opportunity to put something right, and that's the mix, the misinformation about sexual violence and sexual orientation. Sodomy, they keep saying sodomy, sodomy, sodomy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sodomy is one of the contents, or is one of, yes, it's one of the contents of homosexuality.
Sodomy, as it is normally a description of sexual violence, canon knowledge of same-sex people, or canon knowledge. In most cases, it's anal sex that is referred to. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And I told you earlier, there are people who do not even practice. They are homosexual. They have a different sexual orientation to the one that is popularly promoted. And not everyone practices this. And the whole promotion of this propaganda of
how do you feel when two men go to bed and start romancing?
And start romancing, and the pastor gets into, this guy gets into, like for instance, let's say I am actually I'm married to my wife, but I'm not with my wife, but like I actually, and I have family, but on the weekends I meet with a lover in the nation's capital and we cuddle. I tell my wife that it's actually a business trip and we have an affair. I've been doing this for the last 20 years and I think I'm in love with him deeply, and I might leave my wife and flee the nation to go somewhere else to live peacefully in the Bahamas. Now let's say that was happening. How would you feel about that? Like that's the weirdest question. How do you feel about the romancing? What do you expect them to say? Ew?
That is none of my business. What they do in their privacy is none of my business. What I do is respect people.
Yeah, it's not even only a homosexual.
And I'm even respectful enough.
A lot of homosexuals don't have anal sex. A lot just do the other stuff. Because, you know, it's a lot of preparation that goes into that stuff. But, and, you know, sometimes it's uncomfortable, and sometimes you just don't feel like going through all that. And this is also something that heterosexual couples do as well. So, I mean, I don't see why it's such a thing to stick at like homosexual men when straight men and straight women have done it together as well. But there was no outrage then. There was no campaign against it.
To try and create awareness about this confusion that the pastor is making about sexual violence and sexual orientation. He's talking about people who have diapers and so on. There's so many people who have practiced and they are not. And I'm really I'm really disheartened that the pastor keeps parading around people's children, claiming they have been sexually violated by homosexuals. There's this whole notion that homosexuals are pedophiles, they are sexual predators and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what experience has revealed.
No. There are so many heterosexual people who abuse people who, there's so many reports of defilement, some in our neighborhood that do not make it to the papers. Why I feel this is a propaganda.
Are you morally right?
Just listen to me. I need to put this correct. There's a lot of molestation of girls and boys, yes. And we have an act that protects or can be used to prosecute such people. And just for the pastor and his clique or his group to try and focus that the boy child is more violated than the girl child, for me, I think but is it justifiable
for someone to sodomize someone's daughter or someone's son?
No, absolutely no. That is what I'm telling you. Defilement, rape, any form of sexual exploitation or violence is absolutely unacceptable.
Do you agree that
I don't care if it's male to male, female to female, male to female, or female to male, as long as it is violence against somebody, it is strictly
Pepe, do you agree that to some people this gay orientation is a disorder and they need correction?
Thank you. That is what people think because the public has been misinformed about who we are. If you take time and actually spend time with a gay person, you realize that all these things that you think about gay people are not true. They are not true. And the people who are trying to, who are constantly promoting these anti-gay sentiments within Ugandans are doing that because they do not want you to talk to us.
What am I watching?
They do not want you to have this kind of dialogue.
I am watching a old interview where it opens with the interviewer asking this person, "Why are you gay?" And basically, what's entertaining about this is how hilariously uninformed the interviewer is and the pastor who comes in earlier and will come in again later on these issues, contrasting with the calmness and informed nature of this this guy right here to the left. That's what we're watching. It's an old interview. It created a meme. The why are you gay? It's such a ridiculous question on his face. It created a meme.
To know that we actually make good friends, that we're
Gays rise up.
Good children of our parents. They do not want you to see that part.
Do you feel normal?
I am absolutely normal. I am absolutely normal. I smile, I laugh, I fall sick, I get well, I seek
You exercise conjugal rights, do you?
I told you earlier on, I am not. But I do. I have, and I will when I choose to, yes.
How will you do it?
What do you mean, how will I do it?
Because nature cannot allow you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it can. I'm sure all it would take is a Google search and you could find multiple videos of people doing it, actually.
What do you mean nature cannot allow me? I am attracted to someone sexually. That
Draw me a picture.
Yeah.
Why do you recruit young boys and girls into this gay activism?
There is no such thing as recruitment of young people or adults or anything like that. What is recruitment, first of all? When you ask me about recruitment, what do you mean by recruitment?
I mean, trying to put them into your system, teaching.
The system, the gay system. We have gay bureaucrats. So I need you on gay file number 2. You need to recruit Billy, Sammy, and Susan over here. We need them in the PR department for homosexuality. We need to deal with this pastor who's spreading the truth with the diapers and stuff. We're gonna need you on that one. Part of the gay bureaucracy. The gay system. What is the gay system? The gay bureaucracy, man. We gotta overthrow the gay machine.
Teaching them what to do, how to go about it.
We do not do that. And actually, what has been
like it was such a interesting
these
answer to him.
allegations of recruitment have been coming out. There's so many people who have been, contacting us, seeking help. We've saved lots of people.
Before we proceed, let's take another caller from, rather, Pastor Sempa is back online for just a couple of minutes.
Simon.
For just a couple of minutes,
Simon.
Hello, Pastor. Yes, you're back. But Pastor, could you kindly be sympathetic towards?
I don't need Sempa's sympathy. I don't.
Sympathy for this girl who's confusing us. Ono muwala abuzabuza ffe. Okusooka njagala okubuulira abantu bonna abawuliriza mu okuva e Bulaaya ayina ka ofiisi ke wano ku Crescent Tower. Owulira balina ssente empya n'enkadde basiiba mu pate batula ku kompyuta ne baba traininga kati atambula.
He got so angry he switched languages. I don't know what he's saying, but he's not happy.
Oyina ku bufumbo bw'okola bali awo ku ntino intersex.
Be mad.
Ekyokubiri ekintu ekyo kyekirina okukimanya n'ebiriŋŋanya mumulekerawo mukozesa
toyanzege Pastor, ensonga tugitegedde bulungi. Do you mirror a rotten society?
What was nothing? It just said, but now that was a filibuster. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whoa. I mean, you gotta say, he made a convincing argument. It is Uganda's Alex Jones. I think that's what we've discovered today.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
If what you're doing is natural, do you intend to have kids?
I do.
Because the essence of a man living with a woman is to reproduce.
What's all this about?
Should people with who are sexually sterile due to accidents or whatever, should they be unable to reproduce? Should they be unable to get married? Not to mention, with some assistance, gay people can.
Children and all that stuff. First of all, we cannot even support the population that we have right now. I might be able to support my own, but with all
bad argument.
inequalities
I don't like this.
In this country, why would I want to bring
this is a bad argument.
Someone to be part of that?
Okay, the thing is, at the time, it was an argument that was convincing to people, but it's a bad argument. And the reason why it's a bad argument, it feels like almost like the environmental fascism shit. Like this idea, like, well, we gotta get rid of this population because there's just too many people. You know what I mean? But the thing is, the problem isn't that we can't support our current population, is that the resources are unequally distributed. There.
If I want to have a child, I can have a child.
So gay people are not bent on reproducing.
It's not about that.
Why
do we find
so many going into adoption?
There's so many people who have children. So many gay people who have children. I don't know why there's this whole notion that we cannot have children. We do not want children.
How can you get children?
Can we just not...
Biologically, please. We're not vulgarizing the show, but I want you to tell me how you can get a child when you're interfacing or when you're having intercourse with a fellow man or a fellow woman.
Is there only one way to have children? Is there only one way?
Yes, there is.
Really?
Yes, there is.
So what do people who cannot for instance, who are barren or sterile, how do they get children? How do they
So
raise children?
is that the way we should go?
I'm not saying that.
Yes.
It's a, it's a
Why not?
diverse world. There are so many different things that are there. There are options for people who cannot biologically give birth for them to be able to raise families. So why not?
Tell me, what do you think of Chris Mubiru?
Chris Mubiru...
And his orgies that were captured on camera?
Well, that is his stuff. What do I think about him? I don't know what his orientation is.
Do we look at him as a homosexual?
Mistakenly, you guys do look at him as a homosexual. But and you do that because he's practicing anal sex. I was telling someone earlier that not every gay person has anal sex. There are so many who do not. It's what...
This is
Chris,
from 2012. This is in the 1990s. This is only 8 years old. Isn't that? This is only 8 years old.
That has been splashed all over the papers. Personally, if the people that the allegations has in the papers are minors, I will hunt for Chris myself. But these allegations, and I don't know if the people he's been engaging with are actually minors.
Do you feel sorry for his orientation?
I don't know what his orientation is, but as a human being, I think he needs.
He practices sodomy.
Well, for me, that I don't think that
and
is.
Any sodomizers in chat?
It's what he practices. I do not know what his orientation is, and I want to focus on the way that the reports have been coming out. You say he's sodomizing children, but you don't even care to protect the child's identity. That is totally absurd, and I'm actually uncomfortable talking about this issue for those reasons, because I do not want to keep giving it the platform.
Do you realize that you've received overwhelming moral disapproval from society?
Absolutely, I do.
And you're ready to stick on?
Absolutely. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here on this show.
Why? Why would you stick on?
Because this is who I am, and I need to talk about it. There's so many people who are like me, who have been pushed. You know, they are so oppressed they cannot speak for themselves. And if I can do that, why not take the opportunity to do so and try to create, you know, the kind of awareness to try and make people understand who we are. It will keep going on, but I'm not going to give up.
Why wouldn't you support the likes of Honorable Bahati in their zeal to restore morality in society?
What kind of morality are you trying to install in society if you're actually trying to deviate from that thing that you claim you're trying to protect, which is the family?
I would have thought that about 280 people would be in chat in the year 2020, 8 years after this interview, laughing at the dude spitting rap god lyrics, whoever was just talking, the pastor, and watching this wonderful man sit with the type of composure. Oh, it's 2021. I'm sorry, chat. It's 2021. Oh my gosh. I am such a dunderhead. Oh no. Oh no. It's 2020 part 2. I'm sorry.
Earlier on, I mentioned something about tolerance. That Uganda, Africans generally have a tolerant nature. Yeah, but that is being taken away from us. We are not fighting for that. Why? Why are we choosing this thing? There's corruption, there's theft, there's a lot of murders, there's a lot of defilement, and all those things. This is like really on a scale.
You feel the fuss over homosexuality is uncalled for? Uncalled for,
totally, totally. This whole attention that it's getting. You know, I've spoken to people. You've talked of moral disapproval, but I've talked to border men when I've gotten a chance, when they are not chasing.
What is this? I'm currently doing a virtual focus group with all Trump voters. Somehow they've all started yelling at each other. I haven't said a word in 5 minutes straight. That's funny. Sorry.
And they're like, you know, they seem to be objective about issues that affect this country. I've spoken to someone that I can buy maybe tomato from, and they are totally not in agreement with the likes of Sempas, with the Bahatis. It's sort of it's some group, you know, it's some group in leadership that is trying to push the society to believe that this is the #1 issue for this country. And that is not true.
Is it true that fighting for gay rights is a lucrative business for you?
It is not a business. Seriously, Simon, why would I, with all the insults that Sempa has been hurling at me on air, why would I be in this? Just because I'm a gay person, I should not wear a nice suit? I should not wear things that I desire?
Yeah, because society doesn't approve of whatever you're doing at the moment.
What do you mean? So I shouldn't be dressed because of that?
Legally, is there any legal justification for homosexuality?
I told you I'm a human rights defender.
That right there to the right, that's the pastor that was on the phone. And now he's in person, and now they're gonna spar, I guess. Oh God, oh God, oh no.
And I see Pastor Sempa has come here. When I agreed to come to this show, I spoke to you.
I'm sorry, it's just storming.
No, he cannot just storm in. So if he storms in...
Okay. You can't just say he just stormed in. You could say, sir, please leave. He just stormed in. He just stormed in. What's in the bag? That is a good... Oh my God. What is in the bag? No, he's got props.
Storm out. Thanks for your time. I cannot go on with this debate
Before
anymore.
you go, do you recognize these things?
Pepe, I'm sorry. Can you give me a minute?
Pepe, do you recognize some of these things here? These are some of the things they use. I want to give you evidence. You see,
Pastor, aren't you being too harsh to these people?
No.
Why for once can't you relax and then think about the pain they go through as society ostracizes them?
Wow. See, he gets so base and unbased from every conversation. He's just putting, I guess he's, as an interviewer, he's just putting the oppositional pressure, right?
ebintu bino ze carrot ze bakozesa okiwulira bakozesa carrot zino ne befu oyo omuwala gw'olabye alowooza nti musajja, she thinks she's a man, but she does not have the equipment to be a man. So what do? To be able to try and penetrate the other person, they use carrots. Bakozesa carrot okiraba, bakozesa amatooke.
I think you're being a little
no. Bakozesa mbogoya.
So, I'm not an expert on how trans men and women have sex, but I have never ever seen anybody use a carrot or a cucumber in that act. There's usually artificial objects created for this purpose. I don't know what this guy's into with all these vegetables. I mean, I maybe watched too much VeggieTales as a kid, as chat's suggesting, but I think this might be a little far off.
Bakozesa bino bichukamba. Nze mbadde mulago. I am a counselor. For many years I counsel people like her. When I counsel them, I discover that they have problems. Some of the problems is when you use something like this. So when you use something like this and you put it inside you, you rip your urinary tract areas. When they put it inside
you do it right, no.
But this is a
if that banga. Well, the thing is, if you have sexual intercourse correctly, you shouldn't rip anything. Maybe this guy, you know, doesn't get laid often, but if that was true, the same thing would be true about normal genitalia. Normal male genitalia could also produce the same result if you do it incorrectly.
Disorder, right? If it's a disorder,
yes.
Do you feel you're handling it the right way?
Yes.
Or you're being too aggressive too?
We should get the pastor on the next Hippy Dippy. That's a good suggestion, Silver Nike. We should get this guy on the next Hippy Dippy. 100%. I'll have him debate Riley Grace Rochon. We'll see how that goes.
harsh on them.
No. You see, first of all, we have the good Bible that tells us, even the Quran tells us that this is an evil. Tuchimanyi nti ekintu kino kikyamu. Bible yakiyita kibi. Era netubuulira nti mu mulembe ogujja waliwo abagenda okuvaayo ng'ate beekuba ki beepika ate nga beeteekamu ki amaanyi. Kati omuwala omanyi ssente z'alina. Omuwala oyo alina ssente empya n'enkadde. Bw'ogenda ku Facebook ye bali mu kunywa emyenge, bali mu kulya, bali mu pate, tebakoowa.
Wait, guys. Voter fraud arguments be like,
tukimanyi nti ekintu kino kikyamu. Bible yakiyita kibi. Era netubuulira nti mu mulembe ogujja waliwo abagenda okuvaayo ng'ate beekuba ki beepika ate nga beeteekamu ki amaanyi. Kati oyo omuwala omanyi ssente z'alina. Omuwala oyo alina ssente empya n'enkadde. Bw'ogenda ku Facebook ye bali mu kunywa emyenge, bali mu kulya, bali mu pate, tebakoowa. Nze kambabuulira ate kira tuyira n'olugendo mu Luganda ewaffe nze ndi musajja Muganda nti ow'ebbanga obwotamuwemukira teweebikka. Kali bajja wano ne batandika okwambaza laba ayambadde obugoye obulungi owulidde ayambadde obugoye obulungi ayambadde suuti naye si musajja mwana muwala. Ekibuzaabuza nti olabo
oh, he was look at him. He's leaning back. He came back. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna body slam. Pepe's back. Pepe has returned.
Ekyana, okay? Olabo omuwala omulungi. Naye ate kubanga Mukama yamutonda muwala ki? Mulungi mutunuulire. Kyana. Naye ate yeefuula omusajja.
His claim is he's biologically fated to be a woman.
Kakati, what makes him...
I'm glad Pepe is back.
I'm glad she has got...
Can you shake hands before we proceed?
Of course.
He keeps messing up and said, I'm glad he keeps messing up, keeps calling her a man. Maybe because maybe he is a man.
Are you Pepe? Nsaba Mukama amaanyi go gayingira omwana wa fono.
Pastor, no.
Kamusabire ko lwaza yagala.
No. Pastor, let's maintain civility on the show. Let's maintain civility. Let's maintain civility. Pastor Semper argues that these are the instruments you use.
These are vegetables.
Yes.
I eat this on my plate.
You eat them on your plate?
Yes.
You don't use them when you're having carnal knowledge?
Absolutely no, and Semper should stop misinforming the public.
Kati ono alimba. Me, I'm a counselor. I've counseled many of these. First of all, they start in secondary school.
Why don't you start with counseling other than...
Specifically, they start in secondary school. They start a farm to produce this specifically. This is what all the gays do in secondary school. Like, he's got a whole timetable in his head that he's just completely made up. This is like homosexuality fan fiction. Like I don't know what this is.
Being confrontational to this young man.
This one is an evangelist. This is a missionary of sodomy. Ono muminsani. Owulira, ono muminsani yakulembera ekibondo kyawe.
A missionary of sodomy.
Era gamba Uganda Africa Sodomy Association ono yakikulembera. Bayina budget ya million ya $4 eza $. Amasuuti olowooza gano ga sente agajjamu wino.
Can you justify that? Just a second. Can you justify... Let me give him a chance to respond. Pepe.
He's writing down.
Just translate what
Pepe,
stuff he's saying.
You are paid heavily to promote homosexuality in Uganda. What's your reaction?
He's eating it. He's eating it.
He claims I have a lot of money, I'm wearing fancy clothes and all that stuff. I do not even earn the amount of money he thinks. I do not even earn $100 a month or even annually. I do not make the money that he thinks that we make. I'm talking.
Just a second.
Talking about promotion of homosexuality.
Do I think if he got laid by a man, maybe all he needs is like maybe 5 minutes in the closet, you know? Like, what is it? 7 minutes in heaven?
Recruitment and all those things, they do not exist. It's just the pastors and his group, their propaganda. Just to stop debate like this.
Yes. Do you believe that there's been sexual abuse in this country propagated by yourselves as human rights promoters? This guy is human rights promoters.
Just ask the question again.
Do you believe that there's been sexual abuse, actually sodomy, unleashed
He
towards
needs a cute
kids,
femboy, maybe.
towards underage children, and towards the vulnerable?
Propagated by my work.
Yes.
There is no such thing.
So
There is
What's
no
your
such
work?
thing.
What's your work? What does your work entail?
It entails advocacy around sexual orientation and gender identity. And this includes making sure
What
that
is higher
people
education?
that,
First
that,
ask-
that,
Just a
that,
second.
that people access health services, they access education, they access, you know, like the so-called normal Ugandans. We advocate for every person to be treated the same. Not because I am a transgender person, you treat me differently. We're all Ugandans and we are protected
Do you
by
need counseling?
the Constitution. I do not need
Okay,
counseling.
Sebo, let me help you, sir.
I do not need
I'm
counseling.
glad she's talking about for
He,
everyone.
he,
No,
he.
it's a she. You see,
He.
a car.
Ooh.
This one is a banana.
Don't abuse someone's
There's
sex.
I know her.
This gentleman is a
No,
transgender.
she's a female. There are no two. It is either male or female. Let me first tell you, sodomy is about confusion. Now, I want to bring you to speed. Abantu bonna muyina okumanya. This person is confused and she's exporting her confusion. She's a woman. But she's thinking, excuse me, Phil,
Pastor,
I've given you a
please
chance.
stop
You see,
insulting me.
a
Stop insulting me
banana
because
is
I've
different from a
respected you enough.
cucumber.
I have
A carrot is different
respected
from
you
a
enough.
banana. I want you to understand. You cannot equate.
That is food.
No,
That
no, these are not equal. So for you to say we are advocating for everyone's right. When you are a sodomite, you are committing a crime. And a crime that makes
ask
you
simple question?
social, excuse me.
They have
Why
a
are you
right.
so
No,
obsessed?
no.
Why
You
are
are
you so
you have a
obsessed
social
with
obligation.
anal sex?
This is a truth. You have a social obligation when you commit a crime. If you knock someone, you commit a crime. So for you to come and say we want to advocate for anyone's right, criminals and innocent people, they are not the same. Men
under
and
the law,
women are not
criminals
the same.
Now, Pastor,
deserve
So-
have you
representation.
been affected by what they do?
Of course.
How?
I am at Makerere. These people have begun several organizations. First of all, the Americans and the Europeans are putting a lot of money in the faculty of law to train people like this one in how to come and speak. Now she's going to go back and ask for money. Again,
Basically, his argument is yes. Chat. A pumpkin. Put it in chat. Basically, it. Cucumbers are not carrots, so gay is bad. Is his argument currently.
I follow you ardently on your Facebook. I
Thank
follow
you,
you
Seba.
ardently.
Thank you.
So I'm not uninformed. This one is part of sexual minorities Uganda. Part of their groups, when they get pregnant, they chase them away. I've been counseling about 5 girls who, because when the lesbians get pregnant, then they come and tell me what is going on. Their life is full of misery. Party after party. She can never have children.
You love
Party
what you
after
do, don't you?
party.
I absolutely love my work, yes.
Of course, she
And
will.
you're protected by the Constitution.
Yes, I am protected by the Constitution.
Where's the constitutional provision that promotes homosexuality in this country?
I told you it's not.
He's still
homosexuality.
eating it.
What
I
is it?
do human rights. work.
Olaba,
Protect life.
Olaba. You ask
And
Sodome,
life
she said
is-
human rights. We said Sodome, she said gay. We ask Ebisiyaga, she said sexual minorities. Confusion of the highest order.
Yeah, he is hungry.
So what they do is they cover Bapakirechi. The baptismal name for that word is Sodome. But they are giving themselves a new name. Sexual minorities.
You know,
Pastor,
Semper,
human
Semper,
rights.
you
by virtue of your
confuse.
calling, by
Yeah.
You
virtue of your
confuse
calling, you're a
sexual.
pastor.
Yes.
You're meant to heal these people,
Yes.
not to confront them, aren't you?
No, Bible says open rebuke is better than secret love. This girl needs to be told she's a
This
girl.
man,
No, this young girl needs to be told she's a woman, not a man. The longer you continue on addressing her as sa, nawe otandika okulimbibwa ono mwana muwala era singa manyi n'ab'ekika kye. What tribe are you, by the way? Olaba tamanyi na ggwanga lye. What clan are you?
Whoa, where is this about to go? It was just like da 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 da. What clan are you? What tribe are you? Whoa. Whoa. I don't know where this is about to go, but this is about to get another level of yikes. Oh boy, here we go.
Tachimanyi asirise. Do you have fathers and grandfathers?
Of course it does.
takimanyi tagana kiddamu kimuswaza. What is your tribal name?
What's Pastor,
yes, in the black people, we have ancestors and descendants. They're living today, provide grandchildren for our ancestors. This young woman is denying her members of the family a chance to have children. In
Pastor,
Africa, that is so bad.
Pastor, if he's not come to your son or daughter, why don't you let them be?
No, you see, in Africa, we don't go with what I do is what I feel. I am because I am. In Africa, I am because we are. We are a community. We always ask, oyo mwana wani. Kadi mubuziza, oli mwana wani. Kimulemi okuddamu.
Pastor, you are recently convicted of blackmailing.
Mubuziza, ono mwana wani. Kadi ekyo sagana kyogerako. Olw'ensonga, lwaki onatula wanaabira nga yogera ebisiyaga ne batamukwata. Sente etambula wansi ne waggulu. Bayina Obama, bayina David Cameron, bayina abazungu bonna buli ono bamuwa ekirabo kyo Clinton.
You are awarded.
Awarded Clinton. Yes. Bali awo beegabire sente n'ebirawo byotala ono ayina visa agenda America lwabisiyaga. Sinti ayina kyakoze ekyamaanyi wabula kola ki kulya bisiyaga ono bamuwa. She's being given a medal. Minorities, what is minorities? Please, I want don't
Obama,
you see
Clinton,
now bakubuzaabuziza omutwe.
Some sort of sexual
No,
deviation.
minorities.
Yes.
Minorities, they are trying to say majorities and minorities. You cannot equate, okay,
back
a
to the
carrot
vegetables.
with a
Back
banana.
to the vegetable.
And I want this young woman to explain to you.
Let's give him a chance.
What does she use for sex? What do they use for sex? What do you use? What do you use for sex? As a man,
Stop
this
insulting my food.
You see,
Center.
they don't even want to talk about it.
Okay, let's hear from him. Let's hear from him. Pepe,
Why don't you respect yourself?
No,
Pastor,
how do you?
Can you become for now?
No.
Can you become? Let him respond.
Okay, I'll
Let
put
him
these ones
respond
here.
to you.
I'll put these ones
I
here.
love Pepe,
to see
they're
if she will
great.
answer.
Pepe, you hear the sense of rage that's coming in
that
from
is
Pastor
Africa.
Semper
Africa.
and several other Africans who believe that their culture is being eroded by your human rights advocacy.
It is not being eroded. I told you earlier, we are generally a tolerant society. And when I see people like Martin Semper, so disrespectful, so outraged, so, you know, he's
outraged.
I am so disappointed that someone like this.
Pastor, hold on. Pastor, he gave you a chance to speak.
You see,
Okay, go ahead.
So to have people like this lead our society, mislead our society,
this is us.
Is really appalling.
Get over it.
You know, my family supports me.
This is not San Francisco.
This is Uganda. And let me tell you, Semper, I am not
have
going
you looked
anywhere.
Have you looked at
San
Chris
Francisco
footage?
I have seen the red pepper stuff, yes.
You've discussed it
How did you
online.
feel? How did you feel?
I know how you.
I was outraged.
You were outraged.
You said,
why were you outraged?
Me?
Yes.
I
on
choose.
Your discussion.
I choose
I
not
can
to
pull
go.
it up. Can I pull up your Facebook?
Please
right
do.
Now?
Please
Let
do.
me pull up your
please
Facebook.
do
and
because
tell
you are
discussing.
lying to the entire
let
country.
Me bring it up.
Ooh,
Let me bring
You
it
are
up.
lying to the
Pepe
entire
calling the
country.
pastor
Semper.
out.
I'm watching you
Semper,
discussing Mbutufu
you
Day.
might be so
when
vocal.
Chris Mubiru
Yeah?
came out,
You
I
might
want
be
to
so
bring up her
vocal.
Facebook.
I am
Julia
relating to the
Pepe
moderator
Nzima.
big time, yes.
That's not
Okay,
and those are not the
Pastor.
things that I use to do
The
that. I was
cause
outraged.
for this show
Yeah?
was to discuss the pros and cons of this kind of advocacy. Today, rather recently, we had President Museveni saying that these people can't go on for as long as they do not recruit or promote. What do you make of the president?
You see, the president is being pressurized. Me, for 3 years, they have opened court cases against me. They have spoken evil against me. They have
We
called
do not
me.
have a court case against
They
you,
threaten
Semper.
death.
We
I've
don't.
received death threats. Americans want to bomb me. When you are alone, they harass you. So President Museveni has been harassed for 3 years. You remember when they had a wedding?
We're
in
gonna
Rwanda
fly
here?
B-17s over
We
his
will
fucking
shoot-
house,
We will
apparently.
arrest them, we will shoot them. They began pampering him and campaigning him. 2-3 years later, when this bill came up, when they had us, they said, go slow. All the NRM said, no, Mr. President.
But we have an existing legal framework in this country.
Wait. Now, he goes, you see a Mama Mbabas, he goes to Italy, okay? Rebecca Kadaga goes to Canada. When they come back, Rebecca said, no, we neither retreat, we no surrender. But the mama Baba said, government will not support it. You see what is happening? They are pressurizing individuals. But you see, we have
Ugandan hippie dippy Pepe show? I'd be so on board with that.
In all my history, I have never had in my clan, nze ndi wanchima. Ochiwulira? Tuyina amateeka agatuvuga. Tumala gagamba mu human rights. Mubuuziza jjajjawe yani. Tasobola muddamu kuba kimuswaza. Ochiwulira?
I'm not ashamed of where I come from.
You can't even answer it. Mubuuziza bino bikime mwekozesa. Tasobola biddamu. Ochiwulira? Ali mu luzunguzungu. Nze kankubulire muganda wange.
Do you have gadgets that you use during intercourse?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you?
I'm sorry that the pastor is so boring when it comes to the bedroom. I mean, gadgets can, spice stuff. Spice stuff up.
Colleagues have gadgets they use during intercourse.
I don't know. That's their private life. I do not
Tell
know.
the truth.
When you saw Chris Mubiru sodomizing, did you feel that's normal for a man to have intercourse with a fellow man?
I did not see Chris Mubiru sodomizing. I saw pictures in the red paper of allegations of him sodomizing a minor. And I told you earlier, I am totally against abuse of children.
We have videos, but they are rather gothic. I wouldn't show them on TV. They are horrible.
Of the person's sex.
You see,
I am against child molestation, any kind of exploitation.
What if there were two adults? What if there were two adults?
That is what they do in their privacy.
They will be okay.
That's okay. Is that okay?
Yes.
For me, what happens between two adults behind their closed doors is none of my business.
So in your advocacy, what exactly do you do?
Recruitment.
You've asked that like 3 times.
Yes. And I need to hear this again.
Yeah, who needs gadgets when we got cucumbers? Good point, boys. We got cucumbers, carrots.
Yes.
Interrupting, and probably you did not
He's
get
quiet.
it.
Pastor is quiet. Pastor, will you be quiet?
I am
so
outraged.
What will you do? Rather, what do you do in your
outraged,
advocacy
not
work?
quiet.
I told you, we talk about...
I am outraged.
The advocacy is on the rights of human beings, regardless of their sexual orientation and gender identity. We have reports of people who have been molested within their own homes, by their own parents, by their own family members, because they are different. So those kinds of rights are the rights that we protect, that when you're in your home, you deserve that family affection and protection from your family. And the law also protects against defilement, against rape, against all these violations that are there. That is what we work towards, seeing that every person is equal in front.
How come society is not compassionate towards you?
Well, because there are people like Martin Semper who keep preaching this,
please,
and
please,
you give them a lot of
to
platform
sir,
to keep promoting
she spent
their
1 hour
agenda.
here. I want to bring this issue. I'm surprised Julie does not get on her knees and repent to the whole public on behalf of their member, Chris Mubiru.
Is Mubiru part of you?
I do not know his orientation. I told you earlier.
You see, they are denying.
I don't know.
Have you conducted a census to know who belongs to you and who doesn't?
But are you repeating these questions for the benefit
You see,
of
it is
the pastor
embarrassing.
or what?
Please, it is embarrassing.
Because I answered all these things long time ago.
Let me answer.
I
Let me tell
did.
you. You see what is happening? These people come here and they tell us that what they do is something that is normal. Okay? They try to.
By the way, the interviewer just asked him for a gay list. By the way, just putting that out there, a list of the gays.
Equate heterosexuality with homosexuality as if it's vanilla and ice cream of chocolate. They are not. I want to tell you that using a gadget, which is why she's afraid. Most of you see, she says, you see, these are facts. They want to discuss it in words, but I want you to know, what is your level of education, by the way?
I'm not answering.
Okay, you see, she doesn't know. Let me tell you the concept of ontology and epistemology. Epistemology is the science of knowing about something. Ontology is the science of knowing something. When you discuss sodomy, in its ontological reality is the whatness. What is the substance? And when you advocate for something, you have to know what it is before you promote it. Now, people need to know ekisiyaga chechi because abantu baffe tebamanyi nachi bakozesa lupanka ekisiyaga kyetwogerako ye musajja excuse me let me finish ekisiyaga no you see whenever I go there she gets uncomfortable.
I'm not uncomfortable. I am not uncomfortable.
This is why
I invited Mr. Onzima.
For you, me, I'm a counselor. I know sheep. Let me come. I want to tell you what homosexuals do. She doesn't want to talk about the privacy of their bedroom, where HIV spreads. You know that 70% of all homosexual men
even
have
heterosexuals
HIV. Listen. 70% of all the homosexual men in sub-Saharan Africa, research by the Lancet magazine 2 years ago shows that they have 60 to 70% HIV, and normal heterosexual men are about 7%. When you're homosexual, you have more chance of experiencing death from HIV than
this
a normal
debate
person.
is
Why?
so
When
it's
you
such
take
a classic.
man,
You're right, chat.
This is a man's
oh my
genital,
gosh.
and you insert
no,
them
that is not a
into
man's genital. That is a carrot or
they
a
put their
fucking
genitals
cucumber.
into the excretory system. This excretory system is not designed to receive. It is only for exit. Kino ekyenda bwe bakikulusanya ne kiyulika ne kitirika omusaayi ne kiryoka kitambuza obulwadde. That is for men. For women, what they do is they begin their sexual acts because she does not have the equipment. They begin to use their lips. So the mouth is used to lick the other person. That's number one.
This guy must have. I've watched hours upon hours of footage of homosexual intercourse and just and I really want to know why he has such a deep interest in it. You know? This guy really is going into detail about gay sex.
It created orogonorrhea. Many lesbians have orogonorrheas, orosyphilis. Number two, because they don't have the equipment, they begin to use gadgets like bananas. They use carrots. They use bananas. They use cucumbers and other metallized ones, and they put them inside themselves. Because they are not normal. Bitandika okuyuza n'abaana zaabwe. Kati ono otandika okulaba. Batandika okumira n'empeke. But let me first finish. In Mulago today, I have been in Mulago for the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, but he's a transgender for 6 years and he's not had an effect.
People like her being patched up, baba tunga emabega, baba tunga bunda, baba salamu nabana.
I wish you
ono yayina amabere. Wuliriza. No, they don't want to enter into the bwino. Kankugireyo bwino. Bamira empeke, kati ono amira empeke. Empeke ezo ne zitandika omunyiganyiga. Owulira? Empeke ezirimu obusajja testosterone. Okiwulira? That is why you begin to see someone begins to change. Mwana muwala naye akyuka. Amabere bagasalako. Owulira ne bakatono bw'omukebera oyinza okusanga yayina amabeere naye bagende South Africa ne bagenda wa ne bagasalako. They cut off their breasts to look like. Then you see a girl.
Okay, let's say this pastor was like trying to like convert me away from homosexuality, right? Like for instance, like everybody knows I'm bi, right? I like men and women, and he was trying to make it so I don't like men anymore. Him constantly describing like men having anal sex and sexual acts is not gonna like pull me away. I'm gonna be honest. It's not gonna convince me.
Who looks like, dressed like a man, and it confuses you. For Europeans, I want you to know
why do Europeans condone it and we condemn it in Africa?
Because you see, for us it is a human vice. For them, they are calling it a human right. It's a human vice. For them, it's a human right. They call it a human right defender. Yesterday, the European Union ambassador to African Union donated 1.8 million European euros for these ones. Every day, Baba was saying, finally, I want to tell you, in Buganda, the first man and woman is called Nambi Nechintu. What did that?
Pastor, before you go there, you've made
Nambi and Chintu was a homosexual.
You've made several allegations.
That is why for Europeans, homosexuality.
Pepe, you have the platform. Pepe, you have the platform. Without being interrupted by Pastor, medically, does being gay have any adverse effects?
Every sexual contact, if you expose yourself, if you risk yourself, be it heterosexual or homosexual, there will definitely be a risk that you've exposed yourself.
True.
It's not limited to homosexuals.
This is a really good argument.
That cuts across. He's been claiming, making claims and allegations about HIV/AIDS spreading. How it's mostly among homosexuals. It's not true.
It's a gay disease. Get over it.
It's not true, Semper. You know that.
Pastor, relax. Pastor, relax.
It's not true.
Yes.
It's just, actually, it's your ignorance.
No, it's
limited. I'm not going to talk about
You
statistics.
don't know.
I know.
When you don't have data,
I am not going
keep
to go
quiet.
back and forth.
But
with
when
you.
we have data, let us talk.
Now, the
What do
final
you know?
question.
That
The
is not
final
data.
question.
It is
Pepe,
not
data.
how do you want society to perceive you?
What they said about
As a
you.
human being, as a person who is part of this society, I give
But
to this
society has rejected you.
It has not rejected me. It is the propaganda
No,
of the
we have
likes of Semper.
What is your
my,
clan?
my
What
family
is your clan?
loves me as I am.
What is your clan?
Actually, even right now,
What is your
they are
tribe?
supporting
Would your
me.
parents...
I choose not to tell you, Semper. I choose not to tell you.
Onzima, would
I'm
your
not
parents...
not
Onzima,
embarrassed.
no,
I'm not
Pastor,
embarrassed.
hold
I am
it,
very
hold it,
proud
hold
of where I
it,
come
please.
from.
Pastor, rather, Pepe,
I cannot believe you put me on a show with a hooligan.
Pepe,
You see,
would your parents
you are
attend a
insulting me
wedding
because I'm
They
telling you
would.
the truth.
where
They
you
would.
are with a person of the same sex?
A person I love,
What
a person
tribe?
who cares about me, yes.
How
As
did
I
your
am
parents
here,
feel?
let me tell you, Simon, as I am here, my family supports me.
We don't know
Supports
the-
me,
Oyalimba.
so
Tetulina
I am
linya,
here.
tetulina
Are
gwanga.
they supporting a
I have
disorder?
a name.
What is the tribe?
I refuse to tell you. I
Okay,
refuse to tell you.
Pastor, this anti-gay activism.
No, me, I'm not an anti-gay. Me, I'm anti-sodomy. Nagano kulimbibwa. Gay is being happy. Me, I'm gay. I'm happy. But this is the
He is
confusion.
gay.
They
He
say
made it. He's gay.
To be a sodomite
He's gay.
is to be happy. No, me, I'm anti-sodomy. Nze nwanyisa bisiyaga.
He is a
Sinwanyisa
homo.
bantu basanyufu.
And I'm
Homo.
anti-sexual violence.
Pastor is
Takyabala
gay.
tasobola kyogera.
Which is talking
Ekyokubiri
about?
kankubuulire.
There, when it comes to violence,
Kankubuulire.
we're on the same page.
Why don't you fight for heteros as well?
What do you mean?
Heterosexuals.
What do you mean? Fight for
Takimanyi
heterosexuals.
nakimanya.
Why
What do you
wouldn't
mean fighting for
for their
heterosexuals?
rights? Yeah, for their rights.
They are so. I am a human rights defender. I'm
Uliriza,
not limited.
Sodomy
I am not
defender.
limited.
You
I
are
am
an
not
activist
limited.
for LGBTI.
I am an
Lesbians,
activist.
gays,
Bisexual, abo bonna
transgender,
abagwagwa.
and intersexuals.
Ono yabakwatira
Let me tell
bendera.
you something.
Where's the H?
Human
Bo
rights.
bakwatira
I
bendera.
told you earlier. I am a human rights
Abagwagwa bonna
activist.
ono yabakwatira bendera.
For this group, there are different people who work on different things.
Where's
Like,
the
there's
H? What does that
something
even
different.
mean? For heteros?
I
Heteros
understand.
rise up,
Mulinako
man.
You
data.
see? So,
Straight and narrow.
it's a human right for human beings to coexist with each other.
Do you have
Sebo,
hope that
Sebo,
someday
please,
society will get to appreciate you?
Absolutely. I'm very,
thank you.
very
So it is my chance,
optimistic.
Sebo. No, but
I am
don't
very
forget chance.
optimistic.
Finally, yes.
I
I'm
want to
very
tell you, one,
optimistic.
we are dealing with a girl who thinks she's a
A
boy.
gentleman.
That is number one.
Treat him as a gentleman.
Symptom number one of gender
Best.
identity disorder. If you parents are there and you have a girl who thinks she's a boy, okay, that is a sickness. You need to guide them and bring them for counseling. Number two, I'll give you my phone number at the end, 0772 641028. Number two, she does not have a tribe.
Wait, he has a Twitter? He has a Twitter? Wait. Can we ask him to come? Can we get him on Hippy Dippy? Wait. They killed the family. Is he a pro-Trump? He's pro. Well, that's not really a huge surprise. I mean, let's be real. It's not really a huge surprise that he's like a Trumper. That's crazy though. We found this. Wait. Check out the draft video promotion for my upcoming book. Straight Nation Uprising. He's still doing it. You said he tweeted out his phone number? Okay, so here is the guy in chat. If people could DM me or do research or figure out... 1 second. Who, like the contact information, like an email. I want to send him an email and get him on Hippy Dippy. I want to get him on my show. I want to get him on Hippy Dippy and see that go off. I would actually like to do that. That would be hilarious if we could get him. Get the are you gay? We could get the why are you gay pastor on. Gosh, oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious.
Number 2, she does not have a tribe. So there is a lack of pride in who she is. An African by nature realizes that we have a history. We began with Chintu and Nambi. By the grace of God, we have reached here. And we who are living at the bridge between the past and the future, we must bear children. Kati ono mwana tamanyi gwanga lye.
By choice.
No.
It's by choice that someone should have.
That you just said, Aftershark? If you interviewed Pastor, ask him about the time he was beaten up by an angry mob for stealing their land in July of 2020? Oh, shit. Do we have it? Is this his email? You know what? I should ask him if I can interview him about his book, Straight Nation. That would most likely get him on the show.
Occurred is occurred.
Survives lynching over land. Holy crap. Wow. Chadberg, thanks for the $1. I appreciate it, buddy. Really do. Thanks for giving what you can.
No,
Exactly.
no, let me tell you, can't you
You cannot force not to have children.
No,
And that is not-
ezo mpisa zaffe ng'abaddugavu era kambabuulire ntekamu kamera wano mbabuulire ffe ng'abaana b'abaddugavu abasajja ba Ssaabasajja Kabaka ono simanyi gy'ava owulira singa waliyo amanyi omwana ono oba omukulu w'ekika twetaaga tumukuŋŋaanye era nkubira omulanga oyo Gaabunga akulembera ekika ky'Emmamba twetaaga okuŋŋaana
He's telling them to implore people. What was he imploring them to do? You're right, he is imploring. I think I heard Twitter. I think he said Twitter multiple times.
mu Luganda nti omulya Mmamba abeera omu n'avumaganya ekika omulya Kisiyaga abeera ogu n'avumaganya ki ekisiyaga kati Buganda eyina okuvayo eyogere ffe ffenna kati ne bana abalabirira omwana ono tuyambe kubanga karoti zino muziraba amatooke gano ge beesonseka bino bikyukamba bye beesonseka abazungu ne babakubira akagombe nti muli baakabi Clinton n'abawa award bannanga bana batugendako era namwe abakola bividiyo ba musicians mulekeraawo keko ani mbayita muveeyo mutwegatteko okulwanyisa Chameleone Bobby Wine
The final one. Don't you think you need to interface so that?
No, I have to pray for this young woman as I read the scripture for her. My daughter, I want to read for you a scripture.
No. I should take charge of this.
No, I want to read for
No.
her.
He's not ready. He's not ready to listen to you. No.
Hey, Zitchlight, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it, buddy. Welcome to the shit show.
No. Well, on that note, we thank you very much. That's all we have for you. Good morning. The morning breeze continues. All right, on that note, we wind up, and that ends the show.